beautiful soul. Welcome back to my channel. It is I, Soli, this mystic spiritual advisor, and here every video I create is dedicated to the expansion of your awareness. Now, before I jump into this video, I am really humbled and grateful for all of the support, I've been receiving by all of you guys. I really want to thank everyone who leaves those beautiful comments in the comment section below. It's really beautiful, and I'm really grateful, and it's so nice, and it's such a pleasure for me to, in a sense, engage and interact with all of you guys. Shout out to you guys. Thank you so much. I would give names, but it's like, honestly, if I'm to be honest, like, I'm offline right now and the names aren't coming to me, right? But it's like, so that's something I definitely am gonna start doing, memorizing the names, right? But shout out to all of you guys. Thank you so much. The support in this community that we're building is just so amazing, and I'm humbled, and I look forward to engaging with you guys more, just spreading the love and just building it as a community. It's so beautiful. Thank you. I laugh because now that I think about it, yes, I just did that, shouted everyone out, spreaded love, but it's funny to me because the topic today we're getting into is nevertheless controversial, as I will be talking about God, but I will be talking about the religious God, God and religion, because yes, there is a difference. There is, in a sense, a discernment, a split between the real God and the God, because yes, the truth of it is the real God is one, but the reality of it is we are all at this moment, in a sense, micro reflections of the macro, in the sense of like we are all like reflecting God, but we are many pieces of God. In a sense, it's kind of like, it's even like the prism, right? Like because everything comes from source. Everything is white light, and you can perceive God and the way it's expressing itself as like the prism, in a sense, going through. I mean, the white light going through this prism, right? And then as the white light goes through this prism, it breaks through, and it in a sense expresses the 7 different colors. I hope that makes sense, right? But okay, so this video specifically, I want to talk about the religion, and God, but precisely the God of the religion, the God of the Abrahamic religions, the 3 main religions, which are Christianity, Islam, and Judaism. The thing about religion that a lot of people don't understand and realize is spirituality is the origin of religion. Your spiritual practices can become a religion. My spiritual practices can become a religion, right? Look, the discernment between spirituality and religion is spirituality is like open, it's like a person who's open to their spirituality, a person who is open-minded and who is willing to experience and express itself through God, if that makes sense. But religion, in a sense, is this limited system that's constructed by beliefs. And even though they do integrate this aspect of the yin or the feminine, they are predominantly the yang, or the masculine, because they're predominantly structured. They're all about logic and all of these things. Now, say I start thinking that the only way to practice religion is my way. The only way to practice religion is to attain discipline. And discipline is vital and important, trust me, in religion, But like I say, the only way for you to be for spirituality, you need discipline, right? And, I would be messing up when I start saying, like, the only way for you to be spiritual, the only way for you to be close to God is for you to attain these disciplines that I practice. For you to start practicing pranayama, start practicing breath work, start practicing mudras and things of that nature, holy shit, I forgot to do my chants today. Well, I guess I'll just do it later. I like to, in a sense, on a daily basis, I like to chant, do my chants, and in a sense, give gratitude to the day, the planets of the day, the gods of the day. So today is, Thursday. So I would do certain chants correlated to, Jupiter. And it's crazy because ever since I started doing this, my life, well, just the quality of the day in general started changing. It's beautiful. But yes, religion is like when I start saying, like, you're not spiritual unless you start doing this, you start doing that, you start doing that, and you start following this specific God, And that's the thing about the gods of the religions. The thing about religion is whether it was a man-made construct or not. The point that's being made when people say religion is a man-made construct is, in a sense, the point is religion is a construct that was not precisely made by God itself, but it was precisely made by a lower entity than God, like a lower octave of God. For example, look, so let me talk about the dimensions real quick. The higher in dimension you go, the more magical you appear, the more godlike you appear. And we human beings, in a sense, are fourth dimensional beings. We are moving from third to fourth dimension rapidly, so fast. We are, the acceleration process is like hella quick. Look around you, like, time is moving fast as fuck, right? Like, do you not feel it? Like, literally, like, pay attention to your day, right? The shit is crazy, man. But time at this moment is moving rapidly, quickly, and I noticed this, and I'm just like, for me, it's beautiful because I'm a super productive person, on one perspective, so I get things done, but then it's because it's weird, because it's like, time is just moving fast, right? So I would say maybe I'm moving slower than time, but the point is, time is moving fast, and this is because we are increasing in vibration. The earth is awakening. There is no there's no way around it, there's no going around it. And yes, the higher in vibration we go, the more godly we seem. At a fourth dimensional level, this is where Lucy, for example, the movie Lucy, she was a fourth dimensional, she tapped into the fourth dimension, because she was highly engaged and incorporated within the elements around her, around her environment. When you are at a fourth dimensional being, you start grounding, to the earth. You start grounding to the elements. You start to see how you, in a sense, you start to see how you are, like, those headphones. You literally become one with your environment, and this was Lucy. She became one with not only her environment, because at the end of the movie she ends up being everywhere but nowhere at the same time. But in the beginning stages, she was, in a sense, kind of starting to manipulate her physical body, manipulate her physical body, changing her eye color, her hair, the anatomy of her body and everything. And this is fourth dimension. This is the things that fourth dimensional entities are able to do. Even fly, they can even fly, because when you are at a fourth dimensional being, when you're at a fourth dimensional density, then you become integrated with your surroundings. And this is when things like controlling the elements, becomes reality. Like, a lot of us don't realize this, but the movies we watch, they have origins. For example, the Avatar, I guess you can say, but just all of the movies have origins, and that's the thing about these gods that we, in a sense, worship. These gods that we have been made to believe to worship, they're like a false god. Like, yes, sure, they're gods, but it's like they're no more gods than we are no more gods to the dogs. Like, it's like, look, because if you think about it, because dogs, they see us as masters, or the dogs, your pets, they see you as like they're gods, but look, if it's like, if that cat gets smart enough to you, it will be, in a sense, your equal. But we human beings, the way we measure intelligence is fucked up, right? It's screwed. We don't know how to measure intelligence. Like, we measure intelligence solely from a masculine perspective. The reality of it is intelligence expresses itself through a plethora of ways. And yeah, they're technically the gods of religion, right? They took advantage of this, of our ignorance, of our misunderstanding of reality. Like, it's like, for example, look, so let's say we find a way to start educating dogs, right? And we teach these dogs, like, look, check this out. Like, you're actually more than just a dog. You're actually God. Oh shit. Whoa, that's crazy how I just did that. Because it's like, dog spelled backward is God. What in the world? Hilarious. But yes, once you start educating this dog and things like that, then this dog starts to awaken, and it starts to realize. And as it realizes, its consciousness expands, because you see, the thing about it is, you are limited to your belief system. Look, the importance of thinking big is crucial. The importance of setting huge goals. Like, my goals, they are crazy. Like, when I set goals, I multiply them by 10, or I multiply them by 100, right? Because my understanding is, when you set a tiny goal, then in a sense what you're doing is you're limiting the efforts you need to invest, the realities and dimensions that will open up to you, and all of those things. But when you okay, so let's say I make a goal and I'm like, I want to make $1,000, right? But then I multiply that goal by 10 times, and now I'm like, I'm gonna make $10,000. So instead of working for $1,000, now I'm in a sense forced to see ways to make $10,000 maybe in 1 week or so, right? And now, in a sense, I am forced to start doing things that I would possibly have not thought of previously, and now I am, like, in a sense, exuding more energy into it. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, and it's like, even if I don't attain that goal, instead of making $1,000, instead of, in a sense, coming short on my prior goal of $1,000, I came short on my prior goal, or on my previous goal. How do I say this? On my current goal of $10,000, and now it's like, instead of making $500 because I was short on my 1,000 goal, I make $5,000 because I was short on my 10,000 goal. I hope that makes sense, but it's like, literally, you are limited by your perception, right? And I also want to say, you guys, don't forget, I offer services. I am a spiritual coach, like, because that's like my niche, and that's kind of what I am really, really, really developed in, and things of that nature. But it's like, the thing about me is, I'm starting to see that a lot of people are just so invested into spirituality, and it's like, they talk about balance, right? But they don't balance. Like, people talk about balance in the physical, but they don't balance the physical, right? But yeah, I guess I'll just say, like, if you are looking to work with me on, consultations and things of that nature, work with me, for me to, like, help you, coach you on something in life, whether that be stress related, spirituality related, and even finances. But honestly, in regards to finances, it's like, the thing about that is, I want to get mine before I help others. You feel me? If that makes sense. But yeah, so it's like, your belief system shapes your reality. So if you believe and you perceive and you see that, you think and see an entity that's only at a fourth dimension as a god, then that's the reality that's going to be, in a sense, portrayed out to you, And that's the thing about religion, right? Religion is a system, right? I should say, not a book. A system, of books, of false prophets to a degree. and all of these things that are systematically created, one, to create division, because all of the Abrahamic religions and other religions, they're in a sense all clashing towards each other. But the reality of it is there's only one God. There's only one God. But because there are these different outlets that have been created to worship God, people are clashing. So this creates conflict, and conflict is perfect because the thing about religion. So I guess I want to bring up I want to reference the movie Jupiter Ascending, right? Okay, hold on, let me get in the sun real quick. Okay, so in the movie Jupiter Ascending, right, Jupiter is this chick. She's like, what, 20 something years old, right? And her whole life she has just been she's been living a mediocre life, I guess you can say. And then she, in a sense, gets contacted by these aliens. But it's not an alien, it's a humanoid. It's like a cyborg in a way. It's like, not a cyborg, I mean, it's like a man, but he was made in a lab. Like, he's like a soldier, you feel me? He's kind of like, whatchamacallit, how do I put this? He's kind of like Wolverine, if that makes sense, a man that was kind of altered and things of that nature. But I think it was kind of actually made in a lab or some shit like that, so yeah. And then he was working in behalf of like the council that were residing in Mars, and they sent him to go get her. And he got her because there are other aliens, evil aliens, that were in a sense trying to get her, And then they went there, and the people at Mars were explaining to her how they use Earth as a farm. Earth was a farm which, in a sense, sustained their life. It's such symbology in movies, I'm telling you. Such symbology in movies, especially children movies, right? Like cartoons, they drop crazy stuff within cartoons. But yes, so yes, they were telling Jupiter that it's like we use the human beings as, in a sense, farms. We keep them occupied, we give them entertainment, we give them jobs, we give them holidays, we give them all these things. So then we make them think that there is a reason for living, that their life is meaningful when it's meaningless. So they, it's like they they were just telling her this and that, and it's like, yes, so we also, in a sense, I want to say body snatch, because I guess that's kind of something that happens here. But yeah, they were just talking about how and then once the person grew old enough, like because I guess there's this sense of maturity, this sense of maturity, and it's like once they've grown old enough, we, in a sense, harvest them. We harvest their DNA information, some shit like that. They harvest like something within humans that's biological. I'm pretty sure it's the DNA, right? And they harvest this, and they use the DNA for them to attain immortality, right? And look, it's like this, goddamn, this video is like deep. The thing is, I don't know, like lately, because I'm someone who can go super deep, but lately I've been trying to shorten my videos like at least 20 minutes or whatever, because this like thing that I'm using, it only limits me to only like record to 23 minutes or whatever. But so I think I'm gonna have to make a part 2 because I'm like at 18 minutes now. But yeah, so as I was saying, technically they were just saying all of these things, and how human beings are nothing more or less but just, in a sense, livestock, and I guess now I want to kind of bring up karma, how reincarnation works, and how that can possibly be our future, or it is what we are living in, and I'm not even gonna say our future, because you can see it around you. You can tell that, in a sense, they're keeping us in a specific vibrational tone of fear, so then we are easier to be controlled, and religion has such a large factor in that. They divide us, they inflict fear within us, they inflict the fear of hell, they, in a sense, make us feel inferior, because now we think that we are nothing less or more but just, in a sense, it's like, how the fuck do I put this? But yes, it's like we start to think and believe that we are, nothing more or less, but just, I want to say, because it's like, it's so much, right? It's like we don't even understand what we are. They don't, like, religion doesn't even tell you what you are. It just tells you, like, you're a human being and you're here to serve God. Like, you don't, it doesn't precisely give you a purpose, It's just like, you're here and you're a fucking battery, like, if you think about it, like, because, the act of service, when I'm giving service, when I'm making these videos, I love making these videos. Like, this is me, I love doing this. So it's not precisely something that is exhausting or whatever. But most of the time when you're giving a service, for the most part, you're exuding energy. You're like, I'm exuding energy. I'm giving you some of myself, some of my energy. So as you are serving God, you are giving it energy. You're exuding all of this energy. Now I'm gonna cut this and I will go to part 2, right? Part 2. Stay tuned. I'll probably drop it tomorrow. Yes, stay tuned. So don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell. And do definitely stay tuned for part 2. Thank you for watching, and I'll be back. Namaste. Peace. And you have a blessed, blessed, beautiful day.